Alright then, back outside Old Trafford for the 0 out of 10 show, aka transfer review, aka let's see how many Amazon vans go past. Alrighty then, let's get into it. United have been linked this week with Joshua Zirkzee. What's the situation? Well, he's Dutch, so you know in the old the Ten Hag-ometer, he's getting 2 thumbs up from the old ball fella. It's David Ornstein that's reported this, saying United are exploring a deal to bring Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna. Club-to-club talks haven't taken place. It's weird that people throw these little caveats in. The legal way transfers are meant to be conducted is I walk over and I say, hello, can I buy your centre forward, please? And they go, no. And you go, okay, how about now? Can I buy your centre forward? And they go, yes, thank you very much. You can talk to him. That's how it's meant to work. Legally, that's how the whole situation is meant to work. But because of agents and because of, grey areas, people sit there and they have conversations with agents and with other people where they're pretending certain things aren't really happening when clearly these things are happening. So you've got people talking to players. It happens, right? You don't want to go through the whole rigmarole of negotiating a deal with the club only to them go, okay, now you can talk to our striker. And he goes, ooh, nah. Can you imagine 2 months of work thrashing out a deal, talking to the nth degree about how many M&Ms you're going to get after you've played 25 games, and then the player just goes, yeah, I don't want to move. Bastard. So, of course, you sound out the player via his agent. And the agent probably gives you little bits and nods and winks like, yeah, do you know what, he'd probably be open to that. I don't think the salary will be a problem. Somewhere in the region of 180, 150, whatever it is. And then, obviously, you go and do the deal with the club after the fact. But I do find it's a really interesting sort of thing that people are put in there. Oh, wages aren't expected to be a problem. Oh, the club haven't actually officially submitted the bid yet. But sometimes you know how much the player is going to go for. The agent is probably well aware going into the window. The club are likely to want X, Y and Z for him. And the player would likely want X, Y and Z as a wage. So the agent, if he's done his job, should know exactly what's going on. And you can talk to the agent because he's not the player. It's a stupid little dance that everyone does where they pretend this is happening or that's not happening and this is happening and that's not happening. End of the day, it is what it is. Do I rate it? Yeah, I think he offers us something different to Rasmus Højlund, which is a positive. I think you have to have something different coming. Some people saw their arse yesterday when I was saying, like, I think he's coming at backup. Well, I think the price suggests he's coming in as a backup for Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund's going to be the preferred player. Do you know what? This takes me back to that situation when at Juventus, Edwin van der Sar says Juventus have just signed Buffon for a world record fee. And the chairman sits him down, he's like, right, listen, no decision's been made on who's going to be the number 1 goalkeeper, right? So just get yourself back to training and we'll see how it goes. Right. So, lad in his 20s, me over here, over 30, you just paid a world record fee for him. And you not made a decision who's going to be started there. Fuck off, you dick. Of course you have. Anyway, so I think that, yes, it'd be nice if Zirkzee could maybe take over from Højlund at times. But being real, he's going to be the backup to him, isn't he? And that's actually fine. You need, I think, 15, 16 players to get a good 11 out every single week. So Zirkzee, for me, would be one of those. Do I see it happening? It's Ornstein, innit? Which always gives it a little bit of a weight to it. He is the oracle. I don't think we're in 50-50 territory just yet, so I'm going to go 4 out of 10. Jared Branthwaite. Now, I think you know my opinions on him. I don't think he's that elite calibre of... Ethan, why are you laughing? I don't think he's that elite calibre of centre-half. I think he's a perfectly adequate footballer, but I want Manchester United to be doing more than adequate. And maybe he's better than what I'm seeing. That's possible as well, but you come here for my opinions, right? And my opinion is I don't think he's all that. So there you go, that's my opinion. Everton wants 70 million. United have put somewhere in the region of half that on the table, and supposedly United are willing to walk away if Everton don't change their valuation. Now, changing their valuation might be like, right then, 68.5. That's still changing their valuation, isn't it? Now, Everton might just completely stonewall it, think that they can sell someone else because they've got profit and sustainability problems themselves. They might think that they can get somebody else sold and not have to sell Branthwaite. I know that they rate him highly. Maybe it's something in the mix of that where they think we're going to pin our hopes on him for the future, so we'll sell other people around that. If United up their bid to 40, I wouldn't necessarily have a drama with it, but beyond that, I would. Do I see this happening? Everton have supposedly been told by United that they're not going to spend 70 million on one player, but that doesn't mean they won't spend 69.5 on one player, does it? If Everton don't move, it's not going to happen. I think that's a good opening posture from both clubs. United go, you ain't 70 million, our kid. And they go, well, we want 70 million. You can't go in and lowball yourself first off. You got this went in the day the window opened. So you've got to just sit there and just be like, well. Now, the old United, you know that lot regime with Woo-Wah and that. Now, they would have been told 70 million last week. Like we got told last week. And then we'd have spent 3 months going, oh, no, 70, no. And then the day before the window shuts, give them 70 million. Or 75, actually. I'm just hoping that this regime doesn't do that. If they say, we think he's worth 40, we'll pay you 40, or there's no deal, I hope they've got the bollocks to walk away from the deal at 40 and not just bend over and pay the 70, because that's what we did with Maguire. We did the exact same with Wan-Bissaka. Right, we'll give you 25 million for Wan-Bissaka. And Palace went, no, 50. We went, 50, you fucking, show me dick. And then we paid 50. We have got the negotiation skills of a Labrador, or had the negotiation skills of a Labrador. The one thing I want to see from this window is United having better negotiation skills than your average Labrador. That'd go down pretty well. So, Branthwaite to United right now, there's certainly something in it. I'm going to say another 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. Jonathan David, the man's so good they give him 2 first names. Right, 24-year-old striker from Lille. Had a weird 18-month, 2 years, hasn't he? Went to the World Cup, stank the place out, if we're being honest with ourselves, and then has kind of just gone completely under the radar and derailed his own hype train, because going into that World Cup a couple of years ago, everyone was touching their cock over Jonathan David because he looked like the next hot shit. Now, available for 25 mil. I think that's as an alternative to Zirkzee. Obviously not going to be coming in as first choice striker, although I think he would have done a couple of years ago, and probably for the sort of money that we paid for Rasmus Højlund. I like it. Now, according to The Independent, they said United are among 4 English clubs that want League One striker Jonathan David. He's only got 1 year left on his contract. This is an opportunity for United to lowball someone that's not going to be coming in and expecting to start, isn't going to have to deal with the pressure of having that situation around him, and is a pretty useful footballer. I'm not against it. I actually think this would be a really good buy for us. Someone who's out of favour, needs a refresh, could hit the ground running, and could be a real asset for us. I like it. Just because I like it doesn't mean it's happening, no. I think at the moment we are at he's on a list somewhere, a list that Zirkzee's probably on, and potentially even higher up. I'm going to say 2 out of 10 at the moment. Don't think there's much more in it than that, but I think this is one that could develop, and we'll see. If someone makes an early move and puts a bid in, United might try and match it, or they might walk away if they think it's a bit too much juice. Okay, so this is almost out of the horse's mouth. It's basically out of the horse's mouth. Jim Ratcliffe basically told us, Todibo, deal is off because of UEFA rules. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. Can't sell him to Manchester United. I actually don't know the rule enough. It's a new rule that's just come in just in time to scupper United. We've seen Manchester City benefit from these sorts of transfers. You've seen Leipzig and Salzburg, Red Bull Group, benefiting from these sorts of transfers. Is there a little bit of fuckery afoot? 1,000,000%. But it's been happening, and now United aren't able to benefit from it because we were too late to the party. But I don't know if it means that you can't loan him. It means you can't sell him, but can you loan him? How many Amazon vans we've seen, by the way? Because the little bicycle thing's just gone behind us there. Do you reckon they're for sale? Do you reckon you can cut around town in one of them? Look at the room you got in the back there, Ethan. Sausage rolls you can have in the back there. I reckon you get like 1,000 sausage rolls in the back of that. Enough for the sausage roll party we get anyway when we win the treble next year. So, United, Todibo, it's quite clearly fucking 0 out of 10, isn't it? Unless there's a way of us loaning him, or I don't know. How bent do you want to be with the rules? Because, I don't know, there's some people would say there's other clubs in this fine city that couldn't give a Frenchman's fuck about the rules. and just do their own thing. Now, I don't know, what if Todibo resigned and United picked him up on a free transfer? Sounds like that would circumvent the rules to me, but who knows? Maybe there needs to be more sneaky people at Old Trafford or Carrington. But yeah, 0 out of 10 in it. Right then, Mason Greenwood. Juventus were quite close to making a deal for Mason Greenwood, and then their fans booted off, and now they're changing their mind on signing Mason Greenwood, and supposedly they've flipped their attention to Jadon Sancho. We're not actually talking about Jadon Sancho today. We are talking about Mason Greenwood. So we're talking about that Lazio might have come into the frame for him. This is according to the Daily Mail. It said all options are open for Greenwood. Lazio have got a strong interest in him. United's preference is a permanent sale, although another loan or even a return to training with the club are not being ruled out. Potential fee of around 30 million. I think if he didn't have his off-the-field situation, he'd probably be more like a 70, 80, 90 million pound player, but he does. So I think, yeah, you've got probably £30 million fee is probably about what you're going to be able to get for him. I can see this one happening. I think Lazio's a decent-sized club. It'll probably feel like a step up from Getafe. And I think they've got the dough to pay the dough. So I can see this one happening, but I don't think there's much more in it than weighing up the options. I feel like it was closer to Juventus until their fans kicked off. So I'm going to say 6 out of 10 for Greenwood to Lazio. Victor Lindelof and Fenerbahce. Jose Mourinho is at Fenerbahce. So I think that gives it a bit more legs, in my opinion. Now, there was also links of like Scott McTominay going to Galatasaray for like fucking 15 million, him and Wan-Bissaka, which is ludicrous. So Sporks, which is a Turkish media site, they're saying that Fenerbahce sporting director Mario Branco is set to travel to England to try and complete the signing of Victor Lindelof, who will cost 10 million. Now, they could be bullshitting, but that's the sort of language that's quite certain, isn't it? Like, if you listen to some of the stuff Romano says, if you listen to some of the stuff that you'll see in the formerly great local newspaper, now disreputable online blog, or any other shit outlet, like, they say stuff like, I'll use Lindelof as an example. Manchester United, Victor Lindelof, could maybe, potentially, possibly move or not. More to follow. That's quite strong. Sporting director will travel to England to complete the signing of Lindelof, who will cost 10 million. The price seems realistic to me. Like, less than that would feel like a bit of a jib. More than that would probably feel like we've done well to get more than that. 10 mil feels fair, in all honesty. His age, his contract situation, how often he plays. What? Wait. Got all these bicycles. They're not a bicycle, they're a quad cycle. Right, listen, marketing gurus of the world. 1, Amazon, get in touch, because clearly, know what I'm saying. 2, why doesn't Amazon, or better yet, Deliveroo, sponsor one of the cycling teams? Because who do you see cutting about the gaff on bikes? Them lot on Deliveroo, right? Why don't they sponsor one of the cycling teams? Team Sky, shut up your dick. Team Deliveroo, think of the adverts. I don't know any cyclists, so I'm just going to say Bradley Wiggins. Imagine, like, the advert for Deliveroo is Bradley Wiggins giving it some fucking action, right? And then dropping off your fucking burger. Come on, man. You can have that one for free. Anyway, who we're talking about? Victor Lindelof, Fenerbahce, Jose Mourinho. Yeah, feels on, doesn't it? It's not 8 out of 10 territory yet, but I think it's the 7 out of 10. That'll do us, I think. First one back at Old Trafford. Just got to ease yourself into it, aren't you? You can't go too fast, too quick. See you next week.